Have you ever heard about what the power of silence is capable of? Listen to this story until the end to discover and receive a golden tip. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Koji who was always getting into fights because he talked too much. He loved interrupting other people's conversations, giving his opinion on all kinds of subjects, even those he knew nothing about, and inevitably ended up in arguments. One day, while walking through the forest, Koji came across an old man dressed as a monk, sitting silently under a tree. His eyes were closed and his face was serene. As usual, Koji didn't respect the man's silence and tried to talk to him. He called out to him repeatedly, but the man didn't respond. Was he even alive? Suddenly, the man opened his eyes, and despite his calm expression, Koji was startled. Even more curious about the man, Koji sat down near him and asked why it had taken him so long to respond. Why so much silence? The old man smiled and replied, "Because silence allows me to hear the entire world around me. I knew you were walking toward me for over 15 minutes, and I also know there's another creature nearby watching us, but don't worry." Koji felt uneasy, wondering who might be watching them. But since the old man remained calm, Koji decided not to worry. The old man continued, "I remain silent because I've learned there's more to life than words. When I speak, I often say things I don't mean and end up hurting people. You're lucky you found me. I don't get annoyed by interruptions. I simply try to observe and learn from the disturbances around me. And from nature," added the man, raising a finger to his lips in the universal gesture for silence. Koji's eyebrows shot up. What was happening? Not only did the man and the boy fall silent, but all the birds, insects, and animals around them stopped making noise too. A sepulchral silence fell over the forest until Koji heard the rustling of leaves. Seconds later, it revealed itself. A large tiger stared at them for several seconds. Koji gulped hard and trembled as the great beast let out a small roar. The old man, however, remained serene, calmly gazing at the tiger without blinking once. Then the tiger turned and walked away. "See how silence prevents fights and gets you out of dangerous situations?" said the old man after a while. "Even the birds and crickets know this." Koji was amazed by the old man's lesson and decided to try being quieter from then on. At first it was very difficult. When someone bumped into him, he wanted to curse. When someone said something he disagreed with, he wanted to argue. But as he had learned from the old man, Koji began to observe more and speak less. Over time, he started understanding the value of silence. He realized that silence is a powerful communication tool and sometimes more important than speech. Beyond that, he discovered silence had the extraordinary power to get people out of sticky situations. One day, while walking through the forest, Koji came across a logger arguing with a woman. He stopped to listen and realized they were debating over a large tree in front of them. Apparently, the logger wanted to cut it down, but the woman was adamantly against it. Koji almost intervened immediately, but remembered that speaking without understanding the situation might make things worse. So he stayed silent and simply listened to each person's arguments. As he listened, Koji began to understand their different perspectives. He realized both had valid points and there was no easy answer to their conflict. The logger wanted the wood to build a hospital in the city. The woman explained that the tree held significant memories of her childhood, where her parents had taught her to meditate and where many others came to do the same. When the argument heated up, Koji finally intervened. First, he asked for silence. Once everyone was calm, he shared his perspective, helping them find a solution. "What good is a hospital if building it causes mental harm to so many people? This is a sacred place, Sir Logger, and there are far better quality trees on the other side of the city, near the craft school." The logger was surprised and admitted he didn't know that. No one had told him. Koji felt proud to have helped and left triumphant, knowing he had effectively used the power of silence. First, he observed in silence, tried to understand what was behind the words, and only then gave his opinion. And if he had no opinion to give, he would have remained silent and avoided getting involved in the argument altogether. Over time, Koji continued practicing silence and soon became known for his wisdom and ability to listen and resolve problems. People from all over sought his advice, and he always listened attentively, offering thoughtful guidance. Koji lived a long and happy life, always grateful for the lesson he had learned from the wise old man in the forest. Silence is a powerful tool for communication and understanding, and a powerful weapon to prevent conflicts, even wars. So the next time you hear something you disagree with, stay silent, take a deep breath, and think carefully before speaking. That's the golden tip for staying out of trouble. And that's it. If you enjoyed this story, like the video and share it with someone. And tell me in the comments, what do you think of this great power, the power of silence? How has it helped you? Stay peaceful, and I'll see you in the next video.